My name is Stefan Singhara. I am 17 years old. I'm a senior in Crescent Valley High School. I was supposed to be a junior, but then I really wanted the chance to graduate early, so I immediately took the offer that my parents gave me and started working hard, and now I just made it to my senior year. So I received a letter in elementary school about getting something about special ed, and I thought that I'm different. I'm not like anyone else. I was like put into a class I didn't want it, so I was like very furious in that situation. I talked to a lot of the teachers on like why I was in this class, and they said that because you just need to get help. And it's literally like, I think I yelled at them, tell them I don't need help, and say I can do this and I don't need any of this stuff. So I had a really hard time in middle school, but when I got to high school, I really thought it was going to be the same thing as the rest of the years, but it was different. I had Miss Ferramontes. She really like opened up and like really helped me through this, and like it shows like even though you're different doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just means that you just learn a different way. And like I really thought I was to be the same who I was in first grade, but now look at me now. I made a lot of improvements. My English got so much better. I can read by myself. I am like close to reading to like a high school level. It's a great opportunity to like be in special ed. I really took it for granted all these years, and I never like got a chance to really like see what it was all about and see how much work people want to put into this to help people. So I see how much hard work they put in, so I really appreciate that. And I really hope the next person, like whoever teaches special ed, they're gonna do a great job. I know the students will be like kind of different than others, but that's what makes them unique. And I know in the future that they will make like goals for themselves, and they will get into like a new role for themselves in the future, like what I did.
My name is Mars Woos. I'm a senior here at Crescent Valley, and I would say that the like main clubs I'm part of would be drama club, speech and debate, and band. I didn't find out I was hard of hearing until I was 8, so it was really a lot of working one-on-one and speech therapy to kind of bring me up and make sure that I had everything I needed. So one issue that came up is that I have a really hard time using combo locks for lockers, and I didn't even like realize this was an issue that could be solved. And they talked to me and they were like, hey, have you ever thought about like getting a key lock for your locker? And it just like blew my mind, and now I like use a key lock for my locker, and I am like actually starting to like use my locker. In a more like academic side, was just like people trying to make sure that I'm on top of getting accommodations for like PSAT and SAT testing, and they're definitely very on top of that. For like students who are working alongside special ed kids, I would say something along the lines of like, we're normal people. You can interact with us. We don't have like vampire fangs. We won't bite you. And also in terms of that, take your time, because sometimes when I'm trying to interact with my fellow students, it's just I need a second to process what you're saying. So slow down, ask us one question at a time. We'll get it, I promise.
I'm Daniel. I'm 11th, I think, junior. Play video games, and I haven't really been reading as much anymore, but I like reading. I wouldn't say that I particularly like any specific genre. Wings of Fire just happens to be my favorite series to read. So this is like only my second year here. Freshman year I was at a different high school, and before coming to the school I wasn't really labeled as special ed. there's a wide range of special ed, you know, like some of us, you can't really, like, just by looking at us, like we're just like normal students, and others like have more needs. Like there's some that is constantly making noise and stuff. And when I first came to the special ed, it kind of, like, some of the teachers kind of seemed like they treated us all like this at like the same level, like more of a younger, more like a younger student would be treated. But at the same time, I also feel like some of the special ed teachers did really get me and stuff, but it has been pretty useful. It gives me a time to work on things. The teachers in the room are usually able to help me, or at least push me in the right direction on completing things. One special ed kid I met at my old school, who was like in my dance class, she could make noise, but she couldn't like talk. She had to have a tablet for that. And most people, when they think of special ed, they just think of those two types: the the ones that are like very mentally impaired, or the ones that are very physical impaired. But there's also the in-between of us who aren't very physically impaired, and those have like minimal mental impairment. Because the only thing that makes me a special ed student is my ADHD. And so one thing I'd like future people and also teachers of special ed to know is that we're not all need to be treated like we're younger kids. Some of us are still are mostly normal and just have like a small thing that makes us special ed.
My name is Laurel Carpenter. I am a junior at CV High School, and some of my hobbies and things I like doing is cooking. I'm mostly into making food that like isn't like American, like Thai or Indian or stuff like that. I like hanging out with younger kids because they're really funny and like they just like make me have a good time, and spending time with them is always very good. I like animals. I have two at home. I have a dog and a cat, and they are so good, and like I love them so much. When I turned 12 or 13 years old, I felt a little bit different, like energy or like how my body was feeling. And then in 6th grade, right before the pandemic, I got like interviewed by this woman, and like it was like one of like the tests about like, oh, you might have this or you might have that. I was never put into any like special ed classes until I got into high school, and it has really made a difference because I have like this whole class period where I can just get help and I can work on assignments, and it's a good like healthy like place to be in. My dad has joked with me about how he used to get emails from my school when I was in 2nd grade about how I was table surfing. I don't remember that at all, but I had a little bit of like crazy behavior when I was a kid, but I have chilled out since then, so that's been helpful. But sometimes like my emotions do jump around, and then I get overwhelmed, and then I'll start crying, and then I'm like, oh, like I don't want to be crying in front of all of these people. So like I'll either like go to like the counseling, because like they all know me because I've been there so many times, like when I've been crying. Or recently I'll come to Miss V's because she always has like good, and she's like, oh my gosh, like hi Laura. I'm like hi, and then like I'll like ask for a mint or something, and then that just like makes my day like better because she's like hi. I'm like hello. Yeah. Go Beavs!